Welcome to Better English.
Speak English with confidence.
Imagine this situation. You are standing in a beautiful, busy hotel lobby after a very long flight. You have your heavy bags in your hands and your feet are very tired from walking through the airport. You see the receptionist at the front desk and all you want to do is go to your room, take off your shoes and sleep. But then you feel a little bit nervous. You know you have to speak English to check in, and you worry about making a mistake or not understanding the questions. Does that sound like a situation you have been in before? It is a very common feeling for many travelers.
That is so true, David. I have been in that exact situation many times. You are in a new city, everything is different, and you just want to feel safe and comfortable in your hotel room. It can be very stressful when you feel like your English is not ready for a real conversation. But that is why we are here today. We are going to give you the exact words you need so you can feel relaxed and happy during your next trip.
Welcome back to Day 14 of our 30-day Shadowing and Daily Practice series. This series is designed specifically for A2 level learners who want to speak more naturally and feel more confident in the real world. I am David, and I am so happy you are here with us today. We are finishing our second week together, which is a very big milestone for your English journey. You should be very proud of yourself for making it this far.
I am so proud of everyone listening. Finishing week 2 is a very big deal. This week was full of survival English, because these are the situations that happen every day when you travel or live in an English-speaking country. By practicing these daily English topics, you are training your brain to react quickly. You are not just learning grammar, you are learning how to live and communicate in the real world at an A2 level.
This week was all about survival English and real-world situations. We have learned so much together. We practiced how to shop for food at the supermarket and how to order a coffee or a meal at a restaurant. We even talked about going to the doctor's office and asking for directions on the street when you are lost. We also practiced talking on the phone and using English to handle money and prices. These are all very important tools for your daily life.
Our shadowing method is very helpful for this. When you hear us speak, you hear the music of the English language. When you repeat the sentences, you are teaching your mouth how to move to make those sounds. It is like exercise for your speaking skills. We will go slowly so you can hear every sound clearly. Do not worry about being perfect. Just focus on following our voices and having fun with the practice.
Today, our goal is to master the hotel check-in process. We want you to feel calm and confident from the moment you walk through those hotel doors until you get your room key. Our method is simple and effective. First, you will listen to Grace and me have a natural conversation about checking in. Then, we will practice shadowing. This means you will repeat the sentences after us to practice your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your speed.
As David said, we will say every shadowing sentence twice. This gives you a second chance to catch anything you missed the first time. If you find a sentence difficult, you can always pause the video and try it again. This is your practice time, and there is no reason to rush. We are your guides, and we are going to do this together, step by step, until you feel like a pro at hotel check-ins.
Shadowing is the best way to build your confidence and learn how English really sounds. To help you understand, we will say each shadowing sentence twice. In between the sentences, I will give you a small reminder to speak out loud. Are you ready to begin our travel English practice for Day 14? Let's get started right now with our first part where we arrive at the hotel.
I am ready if you are ready. It is time to put on our travel hats, and imagine we are walking into that beautiful hotel lobby right now. Let's start with the very first moment you arrive at the front desk. Take a deep breath, put a smile on your face, and let's begin our conversation.
Checking into a hotel is usually the very first thing we do when we arrive in a new city or a new country. Even though it is a simple task, it can feel a bit stressful because we are often very tired from traveling. When we are tired, our brain sometimes works a little slower, and speaking a second language becomes much harder than usual. I think we have all felt that pressure when we just want to sit down and rest.
I totally understand that feeling, David. I remember a time when I arrived in Italy and I was so tired that I forgot how to say hello in any language. I just stood there and smiled at the receptionist for a long time. She was very patient, and eventually, I found my words. It is important to remember that hotel staff meet tired travelers every single day, so they are usually very helpful and kind.
I remember one time I arrived at a small hotel in London, very late at night. I had been traveling for 10 hours, and I was completely exhausted. When the woman at the desk asked for my name, my mind went completely blank. I actually forgot my own name for a few seconds. I just stood there looking at her with a confused face. It was like I had forgotten how to speak entirely.
That is a great story about London, David. It shows that even people who speak English well can have brain fog when they are exhausted. The best thing to do is to have a few simple sentences ready in your mind. If you have the first sentence ready, the rest of the conversation usually feels much easier. It is like opening a door to a new room.
It was a very funny and embarrassing moment once I remembered who I was, but the receptionist was very kind and she laughed with me. It reminds us that it is okay to be slow or to make mistakes when you are traveling. Everyone understands that you are tired. Now, let's look at our very first shadowing sentence. This is the exact phrase you use the moment you walk up to the front desk.
Exactly. Let's practice that opening door right now. When you walk to the desk, the receptionist will usually say, "Hello," or "How can I help you?" That is your cue to use our first shadowing sentence.
Please listen carefully and repeat this sentence after me. I have a reservation. Now, let's try that one more time to make it perfect. I have a reservation.
That was great. Let's try it again. Please repeat after me. I have a reservation. One more time. Say it with confidence. I have a reservation.
That is a very important sentence because it tells the receptionist exactly why you are there and that you are expected. Sometimes, you might book your room on a website like Booking or Expedia before you arrive. It is very helpful to tell the staff that you used a website so they can find your information in their computer system much faster.
Yes, that phrase is like a magic key because it tells them you are a guest. Many people use apps or websites now, and telling the staff that you booked online helps them search for your name in the right database. It saves a lot of time and prevents any confusion about where your information is stored.
Try this next shadowing sentence with me. I booked a room online. Let's do it again, nice and slow so you can feel the words. I booked a room online.
Let's practice that one. Listen and repeat. I booked a room online. Now try it again, focusing on the link between the words. I booked a room online.
You are doing a great job with these first few phrases. Remember, speaking clearly is more important than speaking fast. When you speak slowly, people can understand you much better. Now that we have introduced ourselves and told them about our booking, we need to handle the details of our stay. Grace, what is the next step after we tell the receptionist about our reservation?
You are doing wonderfully. Can you feel your confidence growing already? It's just about taking it one sentence at a time. Now that the receptionist knows you have a booking, they are going to ask for some more specific details to confirm your identity. David, let's talk about the next part of the process.
That is exactly right, Grace. The receptionist usually needs to see some identification to make sure it is really you. This part of the check-in involves a little bit of paperwork and checking the details of your stay, like how many nights you are staying and how you are paying. It is a very standard process in almost every hotel in the world.
Yes, and this part is very important for the hotel's records. They usually want to make sure the name on the credit card or the booking matches the person standing in front of them. It only takes a few minutes, but it can feel a bit formal.
I always get a little bit confused about how to ask about the payment. Sometimes I forget if I already paid online or if I need to pay now at the desk. I want to know if I still owe money or if everything is finished. Grace, is it correct if I say to the receptionist, "How much money for sleep?"
Oh, David, how much money for sleep is a very funny way to say it. I think the receptionist would understand you, but it sounds a little bit like a joke. Usually, it is better to use a more standard phrase so there is no confusion about the price or the payment status.
Oh, I see. Is everything paid for? That sounds much more professional and much clearer than my version. Thank you for correcting me, Grace. I will remember that for my next trip. Let me try that again for everyone listening so they can hear the right way to say it. Is everything paid for?
Exactly! We often say, is everything paid for, or is the room prepaid? This is a very polite and clear way to ask if you need to use your credit card right now or if the website already took the payment. It's a very common question for travelers.
Now that we have that figured out, let's practice the sentence for showing your documents. Usually, the hotel staff will ask for your passport or a national ID card. It is a good idea to have these ready in your hand before you reach the desk so you don't have to search for them while people are waiting behind you.
That sounded much better, David. Now, for our listeners, let's practice the sentence you will use when you give your ID to the receptionist. Usually, they will ask, "May I see your ID, please?"
Listen to this shadowing sentence and then repeat it out loud. Here is my passport. Now, let's say it one more time together. Here is my passport.
That is a very polite way to give something to someone. Let's try it. Repeat after me. Here is my passport. And once more, nice and clear. Here is my passport.
Sometimes the receptionist will give you a small form to fill out with your address or your phone number. You might need to ask where to put your name or where to sign the paper. Listen to this question and practice it with me. Do I need to sign here? Try saying it again, just like a local, do I need to sign here?
Great job. Now, let's practice the question about signing the form. Many hotels still use a paper form or a digital screen where you must sign your name. Listen and repeat. Do I need to sign here? Let's do that one more time. Do I need to sign here?
Those are very practical sentences for the paperwork part of your trip. If you are feeling nervous, just take a deep breath and say the words slowly. There is no rush. Grace, besides the ID and the signature, what other information do people usually need to know when they first arrive at a hotel?
You are doing a great job with these sentences. These are the working parts of the check-in, and once they are done, you are almost in your room. But before you go, you probably want to know about the extras that make a hotel stay special.
Once all the formal paperwork and the ID check are finished, the fun part of the stay begins. This is the moment when you can ask about the hotel itself and all the things they offer to make your stay comfortable and fun. For me, this is when I start feeling like I am actually on vacation and not just traveling.
I agree. Once the passport is back in my bag and the payment is clear, I start looking around and thinking about the pool, the gym, or the breakfast room. It feels like the heavy part of the day is.
For many people, the very first thing they want to know about is the internet connection. I am usually the same way. I want to send a quick message to my family or my friends to tell them I arrived safely at the hotel. It is very hard to travel these days without a good connection to check maps or messages.
That is the most common question in the world now, isn't it? What is the Wi-Fi password? Everyone needs to stay connected. Whether you need to work, watch a movie, or just call home, having the internet is essential.
Let's practice asking for the internet details. This is a sentence you will use in every hotel. Listen carefully. What is the Wi-Fi password? Now, say it one more time after me. What is the Wi-Fi password?
Let's practice this very important question together. Repeat after me, what is the Wi-Fi password? Let's try it one more time, nice and smooth. What is the Wi-Fi password?
That is a sentence you will probably use every single time you stay in a hotel or even when you go to a cafe for a coffee. Another important thing to check is if you get a meal in the morning. Breakfast is my favorite part of staying in a hotel because I don't have to cook it myself.
I have a funny story about that, David. One time, I stayed in a very small hotel, and the Wi-Fi password was actually the names of all the owner's 5 cats. It was so long, and I kept making mistakes. I had to go back to the front desk 3 times to ask them to write it down for me. I felt so silly.
I always love a good hotel breakfast, especially if there is a lot of fresh fruit and hot coffee. Here is how you ask about it to make sure you don't miss out. Listen and repeat. Is breakfast included? Let's do that one more time. Is breakfast included?
It was very funny, but also a bit frustrating. Now, let's practice the breakfast question. This is very important because you want to know if you can just walk into the dining room or if you need to pay extra for your eggs and toast.
Did you get that one? It is a very useful question because it helps you plan your morning and your budget. If breakfast is not included in the price of the room, you might need to find a nice local bakery nearby or a small grocery store.
Listen to this one and repeat it out loud. Is breakfast included? Let's try it again together. Is breakfast included?
I think it is always better to know the answer before you go to the restaurant in the morning. Grace, you travel a lot for your work and for fun. Do you have any funny stories about trying to get the Wi-Fi or finding the breakfast room in a new hotel?
Perfect. Usually, the receptionist will tell you the times for breakfast too, like from 7 to 10 in the morning. It's a good idea to listen for those numbers. Now we have our internet and our breakfast plan. We are ready to find our room.
That sounds like a very long and difficult password. I think I would just give up and go to sleep if I had to type that many numbers. Now we have our information about the Wi-Fi and we know when to eat breakfast. We are almost ready to take our bags and go up to our room to relax.
That happens to the best of us, David. I once spent 10 minutes trying to open a door with my key card, only to realize I was on the wrong floor. It was very embarrassing when the real owner of the room opened the door. That is why it is so important to listen carefully when they tell you your room number and the floor.
But first, we need to know exactly where our room is located in the building. Sometimes hotels are very big and confusing. Listen to this shadowing sentence. Which floor is my room on? Now, say it again with me. Which floor is my room on?
Let's practice that question so you don't get lost like I did. Repeat after me. Which floor is my room on? One more time, let's try it. Which floor is my room on?
I have a very bad habit of losing things when I travel, because I am often thinking about other things. I often lose my key card at the beach, or I leave it inside the room by accident when I go out for dinner. Because of this, I usually like to have an extra key just in case I lose the first one.
That is a very smart idea, David. I always ask for a second key too. Sometimes I leave one in the room to keep the air conditioning or the lights on, and I take the other one with me. It's a very common request, and the hotel staff never mind giving you an extra one.
If you are traveling with a friend or a partner, having 2 keys is also very helpful, so you can go to different places. Try this shadowing sentence. Could I have a second key? One more time. Repeat after me. Could I have a second key?
Let's practice asking for that extra key. Listen and repeat. Could I have a second key? And again, let's make it sound natural. Could I have a second key?
Finally, if you have many large suitcases, or if the hotel is very big and you are tired, you might not want to carry everything yourself. The hotel staff are usually very happy to help you with your luggage. It is part of their job to make you feel comfortable.
That is a very good point. If you've been traveling all day, those bags can feel like they weigh 100 kilograms. There is no shame in asking for a little bit of help so you can walk to your room comfortably.
Listen and repeat this polite request. Can you help me with my bags? And let's say it once more together. Can you help me with my bags?
Let's practice this polite request together. Repeat after me. Can you help me with my bags? Let's do that one more time. Can you help me with my bags?
Using these phrases makes the whole check-in process feel very smooth and professional. It also makes a very good impression on the hotel staff when you speak clearly and politely. Grace, do you have any final tips or challenges for our listeners before they go to their rooms?
You have done so well today. You have all the phrases you need to check into any hotel in the world with confidence. Now, you can finally imagine yourself opening your hotel room door, putting your bags down, and relaxing.
Well done to everyone. You have successfully finished day 14 and you have officially completed our second week of daily English practice. This is a huge achievement. You now have the tools to handle a supermarket, a restaurant, a doctor, directions, phone calls, money, and now a hotel. You are becoming a very capable traveler.
I am so impressed with everyone who stayed until the end. You have learned how to handle reservations, ID checks, Wi-Fi, breakfast, and luggage. That is a lot of new information. Remember, the more you repeat these phrases, the more automatic they will become in your brain. You are doing the hard work now so that your next vacation is easy and fun.
You are building a very strong foundation for your English speaking skills. It takes time and effort to practice every day, and we are so proud of your dedication. Thank you so much for practicing with us today and for being a part of this global learning journey.
We really love hearing from you. If you completed this lesson, please go to the comments and type, "I did it." It helps us know that our lessons are helping you. It also helps other students feel motivated when they see so many people practicing together. You are a wonderful community of learners.
If you finished this entire lesson with us, please type "I did it" in the comments below so we can celebrate with you. We love seeing your progress every day. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Better English so you can join us for the start of week 3 tomorrow.
Before you go, I have a tiny real-world challenge for you. This week, try to find a hotel in a city you want to visit, maybe London, New York, or Sydney, and look at their website in English. Try to find where it says check-in time or breakfast and see if you can understand the details. It's a great way to use what you learned today in a real way.
Tomorrow is day 15, and we are starting a brand new week with a brand new topic. We will be learning social English and the best phrases for making new friends and starting conversations. It is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you then. Goodbye for now.
David is right. Week 3 is going to be amazing. Making friends and starting conversations is such an important part of life. We are so excited to continue this journey with you. Have a wonderful day. Keep practicing your shadowing, and we will see you tomorrow for day 15.
Your English journey does not end here. Watch more videos and keep practicing.